Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darian and welcome to the Tarot Readathon. So today is June 1st, which means it's the first day of Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. It's the first day of the Tarot Readathon, which is hosted by Noelle and Daijah. I will leave their channels linked down below, as well as their announcement videos. I'm pretty sure I've done this readathon every year that they've done it, and I think this is the 5th year, but it's just so much fun. I love readathons like this where you get prompts kind of at random. If you want to learn more about it, check their announcement videos. It's just so much fun. But if you're wondering, I am on Team Pentacles, which the hosts are, I have my big Google Doc open. So we have Steph from Fall Into Steph, my bestie. We have Bree from Lock Booktition and Elizabeth from Museum Greg Reads. I'll leave them linked all down below as well. I know I was on Team Pentacles last year. I don't remember the years before that, but I remember we won at least one thing last year because there's a few different trophies to win. So I'm hoping we can bring back the win again. But yeah, so very fun readathon. It is also the first day of Gameathon, which is hosted by Sid from By Sid Sid. This is a readathon she does on her Patreon, and this is the 3rd year she's doing it, and it's essentially mixes gay and gaming. Get it? So we try to read queer books and play queer games, and it's just a lot of fun. So my plan for this month is to basically just be doing like the Tarot Readathon, and then the prompts I get, I'm gonna try to find queer books to fit those prompts. We're gonna do the best we can. I also have my summer TBR that I just filmed the other day, so I have those books that I can choose from, but we're gonna see. I'm really hoping that June I really get back into reading. The past well, basically this whole year, honestly, but especially the past 2 months, I've been in a bit of a slump because I was moving. So if you didn't know, I just moved. Me and my boyfriend moved into our first place together. It's the first time I've ever moved in my life. I've lived in the same house my whole life with my mom, and now I'm in an apartment, and it's a lot to adjust to, and our place is still quite messy. So I'm hoping throughout the vlogs this month I can show you a bit of the apartment, but right now it's a little too messy. So yeah, so I wanted to pick my first prompts for the Tarot Readathon because I do have to leave for work in like 20 minutes. So I wanted to do that now. I have the random tarot generator thing open because I don't have my own tarot deck. So this year they added a new thing, which is like the 3-card spread, and depending on what team you're on, each card has a different prompt. Well, obviously each card has a different prompt. I don't know how to explain this. Depending on what your team you're on, if you pick a 3-card spread, then the first card you pick has a specific prompt because it's the first card. The second prompt has a specific prompt because it's the second card. Same with the third. I don't know if that makes any sense, but maybe when I pick the cards, we'll understand. So I'm gonna do it. I have my, I don't know if you're gonna see, but I will definitely screenshot. So let's see what I'm being drawn to. We're gonna pick this one. We're gonna pick this one. And we're gonna pick this one. Okay, so I'll take a screenshot of what I got. I have the 7 of Swords as my first card, the Moon as my second card, and the Emperor as my 3rd card. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many things to look at. So the regular prompt, because each tarot card has a specific prompt attached to it, and then depending on where it shows up in your 3-card spread, that affects the prompt. You'll understand in a second. 7 of Swords. So the normal prompt for 7 of Swords is read a book with a morally gray main character or anti-hero. So for Pentacles, the first card, there's an alternative prompt you could do, or has a matching object from the card's imagery on the cover. Okay, so I assume, let me get a closer look at this. Yeah, I assume it would be a book with a sword on the cover. Okay, so I'm probably not gonna pick my books in this moment, in this clip, but I would like to pick it before I go to work so I can bring a book to work, but that's something to think about. So basically either a book with a morally gray character or a book with a sword on the cover, okay? So prompt number 2 is the Moon. So the regular prompt for the Moon is read a book featuring the paranormal, vampires, werewolves, witches, etc. And then the special thing for the second card for Team Pentacles is you may swap this card with the card on the bottom of your deck. Choose between the two. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna come back to that because I don't wanna get rid of my 3-card spread for the moment, so we will come back to that. Then the last card is the Emperor, and the normal prompt for that is read a book with high stakes. Read a book with high stakes. And then the special thing for the 3rd card is double points for a book that not only matches the card's prompt, but that you either paid full price or got for free. Oh, or as a gift. Okay, so that's just something to consider when picking my book. So I get double points if I choose a book that has high stakes that I either paid full price for or got for free. Okay, so now let's go back to the 2nd prompt, and I will choose the prompt, the card at the bottom of the deck. So I don't know if you'll see, but I'm gonna choose the one that's like down here. I think that makes sense for being the bottom of the deck. So that one is 7 of Cups. Can you see that? So either I will be reading a book featuring the paranormal, vampires, werewolves, witches, etc., or whatever the prompt for 7 of Cups is. Pick multiple books and blindly randomly pick one from the pile. Okay, so at least for that, I can maybe pick, if I can't think of a queer book that has the paranormal. Actually, I can think of a queer book that has a paranormal. But anyways, so we have a lot to think about. These are my first 3 prompts plus their little asterisks. So I'm gonna try to pick a book to bring to work that fits one of these things, and we'll see how that goes. I did start a book yesterday just because like I didn't want to not read at all yesterday and just wait for this readathon to start, but I only got like 8% through that book. So if that fits any of the prompts, maybe I'll just continue that. I'm not sure if it does. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna go think, and I will come back to you probably tomorrow to tell you the first book that I picked. So happy Pride Month, happy readathon month. It's gonna be so much fun. And yeah, see you later. All right, it's the next day. It is Tuesday, right? Yes, Tuesday. I don't really have much to update on, except I have chosen what I'm going to read for my first book. This is kind of wonky. So I chose this for, what was the prompt? Okay, so this was for The Moon, which was to read a book featuring the paranormal, vampires, werewolves, witches, etc. And I did have the opportunity to pick a different prompt if I wanted, but I decided to keep that one. And I was looking at the books on my shelf and I saw this book is vampires and it's queer. So, and it's pretty short, and I figured it would be good to start the month off with a short book because then I'll feel good about myself, you know? So I've decided to finally read A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I've had this for quite a while because I do still have the self-published version, but this, all I really know is that it is about Dracula's brides and how they kind of overcome the abuse that he subjected them to. I started it yesterday at work, but I only got to page 33, so I'm not very far. I do like the writing so far, but I really don't have that many thoughts aside from that. But I wanted to let you know what I ended up picking. I'm sorry this lighting is not the best. Also, my neighbors are walking around upstairs. But yeah, so I haven't read anything at all yet today. It is like 7:30. We were both just like so exhausted today. Yesterday work was kind of tough, so I had a hard time waking up today. But I did start my day by getting Gracie Abrams tickets, so that's very fun. It's not till March, so a long time to wait, but I am very happy about that. And then we just relaxed for a while, and then we did a big grocery today. So far we've only gotten like stuff we really need, but we did a big grocery today, and that was expensive. I am starting to learn just how expensive groceries are. Like I always knew, but like I feel like you don't know until you do it. Lots that we're learning as we live on our own. That took a lot out of me. So I think what I'm gonna do is read a bit now. Sean went out for a bit. He should be back soon. And then I don't know if we're gonna watch The Office tonight or if we're just gonna do our own thing. I've been loving, like was one of the things I was so excited about to move in together was when he could play his video games and I would read, and we'd just be one of those couples. So very excited about that. So maybe that's what we'll do tonight. I'm not sure, but I definitely need to read because I haven't read anything yet today. I also forgot to mention, I mean, I might as well mention this. It's not for the tarot readathon and it's not queer. Well, I don't think it's queer. I don't think so. But I have been reading The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin because last month the buzzword for Buzzwordathon was make or maker. I think it was make. So I'm reading that for Buzzwordathon. I did start it before June began. I'm now like halfway through, I think. And that one's going well. I'm listening to the audiobook, so I listened to it on my way to and from work. And it's going fine. I don't really have many thoughts about it, but I figured I'd mention it since I am reading it. So that is what I'm currently reading. And I do work the next 3 days. I don't normally work Fridays, but I do this week. So we'll see how much reading I get done. And then also, I don't know if I mentioned, but Sean is in a show right now. So he has a few more shows this weekend and then he's done with that. And I think I saw it last week, but I think I'm gonna go again on Saturday. So anyways, that's what's going on. Just figured I'd update you, let you know that I started this for the moon prompt. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna read a bit. We'll see what happens. Hey, hopefully you guys can hear me. I have 2 fans going because it is very hot and we don't have an AC yet, and luckily we live in the basement apartment so it doesn't get as hot, but it's still hot and I don't do well with heat. All my SSRI girlies understand, but yeah. So I have 2 fans on and we're just gonna have to deal with it. So hey, it is Friday. I've been really bad at updating this vlog, but this week has been so like a lot. I'm sorry, this lighting is not very good. But yeah, I think the last time I updated was maybe Tuesday. Wednesday just had a normal day of work. Yesterday I ended up leaving work early because I was so exhausted. I think all the stress from moving has caught up to me because I was sitting at my desk yesterday. I was fighting for my life, trying to stay awake, and I figured, like, because I took on an extra shift today and I knew they needed me more today than they did yesterday, so I figured it's better if I leave early today than have to call in sick tomorrow because that's when they really need me. Okay, sorry, Lazo was barking. As I was saying, well, basically I think he just wanted me to stop talking, but anyways, I figured it was better I leave early yesterday than have to call in sick today. So sorry. I'm still getting used to this new room, lighting and everything. You'll have to bear with me. All that to say, I left work early yesterday. I came home and I slept for like 4 or 5 hours. I was so freaking tired. I said, I'm just gonna go lay down for a little bit. Clearly I need a bit of sleep. I was out cold. So clearly I needed it. I don't know how I would have functioned the rest of the day. So I'm glad I was able to do that yesterday. And then I went into work today. I mean, I'm still tired, but like, you know, who isn't tired? Am I right? I was good enough to work. So I did work an extra shift today and I worked till 8 and then I got home a bit late, had a bowl of cereal, and now here we are. So I am currently alone. Sean, I think I mentioned in this vlog, he is doing a show. In case you're curious, it is a production of Catch Me If You Can, the musical, and I saw it last Friday and I'm going again tomorrow for the matinee. So tomorrow I have a pretty busy day because I'm getting my nails done. I don't even want to show you close-up of them because the last time I got them done was like a few weeks before the move, and then I peeled them off in my stress leading up to the move. So they've been looking pretty bad for a while. So I'm excited to get them done tomorrow. And then I'm gonna go see Sean's show. And then my brother and his girlfriend are gonna come over and I'm gonna show them the place for the first time. It is still, actually it's quite clean. Well, it's cleaner. Sean did quite a bit of cleaning today, so at least it doesn't look horrible. I still don't really want to show you it. Well, maybe soon, maybe soon. We gotta put some things away first, but it's starting to get there. Here, do you want a little sneak peek? Those are the bookshelves. Ah! And then there's also some over there, plus some things on the ground. Don't. There's a lot of boxes and stuff still. Anyway, so that's my day tomorrow. I know everyone was wondering, but let's talk about reading. So I am still reading A Dowry of Blood. I am over halfway. I'm on page 144. So I think I have about 100 pages left, and it's reading quite quickly. I'm realizing like my new favorite thing, which is, I think I might have already talked about this in this vlog, but I was so excited. One of the reasons I was excited to move in with Sean is to be one of those couples where he plays his video games and I read, and I've been loving doing that. So yes, anyways, whatever. My thoughts on the book. I'm liking it. I'm not loving it, but I like by no means think it's a bad book. It's a very quick read. It's definitely a hard read. It is, I think I said what it's about. You're following the wives of Dracula, specifically one wife named Constanta, I think that's her name, and how Dracula was abusive towards her and their other partners. Right now, he has 2 wives. I think they are about to add a husband to the mix. So it is polyamorous and it is queer. And I do love the representation. And I do think it is a good metaphor for like abusive relationships, but it's just not doing anything. I don't know. It's not doing anything in particular for me. Like, I'm enjoying it while I'm reading it, but I have a feeling it'll be the kind of book where I finish it and I'll say that was a good book and then move on with my life. I don't think I'll think about it too much. I also do have the self-published version, so I don't know if it has been edited more. I assume it has for the like traditionally published version, so I don't know if that is affecting my reading at all. I don't think this was ever gonna be like an amazing book for me because I'm not really a horror person unless it's grief horror, which in a way I guess this is grief horror. But anyways, basically not the kind of book I normally read, which is fine because we're branching out and I've owned this for quite a long time, so I'm excited to finally read it. So yeah, so that's going fine. I don't love it, I don't hate it. By no means. I definitely leaning more towards love than hate. Like, I don't dislike it at all. I am excited to finish it to start something new. I'm not really sure what else I'm gonna read yet for the prompts that I got, but also I am still reading, I'm still listening to, what is it called? The Sun and the Star Maker. And that book I'm just kind of like going through the motions listening to. I'm feeling pretty meh about it. Like, that's definitely gonna be a book that when I finish it, I'll never think about it again. But I'm reading it for Buzzwordathon from last month. And also I realized there is a side character who's queer. Not very important to the plot at all, but at least that for Pride Month. So those are my reading updates. I'm really hoping I will finish this. I mean, I'm hoping to do a bit of reading now and then finish this either not tonight, tomorrow or Sunday. And so by the time I end this vlog, I will have finished this. Because if I finish this vlog and I don't finish a book, I will be upset. So yeah, so basically I'm just gonna hang out until Sean comes home. But yeah, so tomorrow should be a fun day. I finally got a day off, love that. And so yeah, that's all I gotta say. I am really tired. I might just go to bed, honestly, we'll see. But I'll see you later. Is this a good angle? I don't know. But hey, it is Tuesday. Whoopsie. Forgot to end this vlog. When was the last time I even updated? Was it Friday maybe? No, maybe it was Friday. I don't remember. Oh yeah, it was Friday because I do remember talking about how I left work early on Thursday. Yes. So anyways, hi. I've just been so like, I don't know why I thought like we would move and then I'd just be like fine, you know, emotionally, physically and everything. I've been so exhausted. All the stress from moving and just like, you know, everything, life has just caught up to me and I've just been so tired. I've also been really busy. I ended up working Friday night and normally I have Fridays off. And then I did have Saturday off, but I had a really busy day. I got my nails done. Here they are. Very good. And then I went to see Sean's show again, and then my brother and his girlfriend came over to see the apartment for the first time. So that was really fun. It was a good day. It was just like a very busy day and it didn't really feel like a day off. And then I did work Sunday and Monday and I've just been really tired. So I'm here to quickly wrap up this vlog, but I'm happy to report I did finish A Dowry of Blood on Sunday. So I did finish it in the first week and I don't have too much to say about this book. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I didn't love it, but I can see why people love it. Like it's not like I was reading this like, why is this so popular? I definitely get it. It's just not the type of book for me. I mean, I'm very like hit or miss with horror anyways, because I'm a little baby, but I do like appreciate what this book did. I thought the writing and the atmosphere was great. And I don't know, I think it was like I cared about the characters, but I didn't so much care about the plot. I mean, was there even really a plot? Not really. I don't know. I really don't have much to say about this book, but I did complete it for one of the tarot prompts, and it also works for Gameathon because it's queer. So there you go. So that's one tarot card finished. I think it was for the moon. Yeah, because it was a book that features the paranormal. So got some points for Team Pentacles, very good. And then I did start my next book, but you're gonna have to wait till next week's vlog. I'm gonna tease it. Unless you follow me on social media, like on Goodreads, then you may have seen. But if you don't, there's your incentive. I know you're dying to know. Anyway, I also did end up finishing The Sun and the Star Maker, which I've been talking about a little bit in this vlog, just because it felt weird to not talk about something I'm reading, even though it wasn't for the readathons. I finished that yesterday. I gave that 3.25 stars. It was way too long in my opinion. And like, I liked it. I liked the world building. I liked the kind of like fairy tale aspect of it. I thought the romance felt very like, one moment they were really annoyed by each other, then all of a sudden they liked each other. I don't know, it was fine. So in case you were wondering, my thoughts on that. So yeah, so kind of not a rough start to Tarot Readathon, but like a slow start. But now we're gonna speed things up. I'm gonna get a lot of books read next week, you'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched till the end, leave the vampire emoji, I guess. Seems kind of obvious, but that's all I can think of in this moment. So leave the vampire emoji. And yeah, also I keep forgetting to mention this, but there's this new feature now where if you watch videos on the mobile app, you can like hype videos up. So if you wanna hype this video up, if you're watching on your phone, feel free to do so. I don't know exactly what it does, but anything to help me out. I don't know, if you want. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video soon. Bye!